Okay, I'll try to make this very simple, because the first time I read about open banking, it sounded like gibberish. I didn't understand what it was until I dug deeper and got more information. Open banking is really simple. It's a concept. It could also be a framework. But essentially what it does is that it allows different institutions, right, to connect and talk to each other and provide information, right, through a single, preferably standard platform. But even if the platform is not standard, and by platform here, I'm using platform to refer to an API. Even where the platform is not standard, they need to be able to talk to each other, right? So they open up their information such that it can be used. Now, from the consumer's perspective, say I'm the consumer or you're the consumer, what it means for you is that your transactional information, so all the information you generate as a result of your transactions, inflows, outflows, payments, transfers, all of it is yours. And from the different sources that it comes from, even if you have 20 accounts with different financial institutions, you can access them. So that many ways this can come to play. It could be that you as an individual can actually view all those accounts, all your 20 accounts in one place. It could be an application, it could be a third-party application that allows you to just log in, put all your transactional data and view them online real time. That's one option, or one way to look at it. It could also be, you could also look at it from the perspective of you want to do something with another company or a third party, or you want to get credit from an institution. You can grant them access to your information, all of it, easily, seamlessly, so that they can assess your credit worthiness and provide you with a loan. So where it probably would have taken you a week to get the loan, or maybe you would not have been able to get access to it at all, because right now they don't have access to that information. It becomes easier because you can grant them access. You can tell, and you are in control, you're the owner of the data. You can tell how long they're going to have access to it. You can tell what they will have access to, and at any point you can revoke that access. Innovation is rarely going, innovation helps you. It doesn't, what it does is it takes you forward. When I opened the Barclays account, this was in 2012, right? Then it wasn't as easy to do transfers as it is now. Now I haven't tried to do a transfer on that account in a couple of years, right? So I cannot tell, I can't compare now, right? But then the thing is, going within what innovation does is to make life easier. There was a time when you needed to make a phone call, you had to physically go to the house of somebody who had a landline and make a phone call. Sometimes the case for innovation is the lack of infrastructure. Some of the things they have that make life easier for them, they can pay with their credit cards. Everybody has a credit card and they've had it for years. So some of the things that they have access to, we don't. And that is what's, when you look at it, a lot of the things we've been innovative at, sometimes that is what spurs our innovation, the lack of infrastructure. So we become innovative and provide solutions to some of the problems we have. So back to the telecommunications, the phones, mobile phones. Well, mobile phones became a big hit really quickly because we didn't have fixed line phones. We didn't have the regular lines as we call it. Right. So it's the same thing with banking. The faster the innovation allows us to make life easier for the user, for the consumer, and it opens up the market, brings up opportunities for all players. So right now, open banking is a wide space. So there's so much that can happen. We don't yet have an end-to-end view of the opportunities that exist within that space. But it's not something to be afraid of. Naturally, we're afraid of things we don't understand. Right? So before I understood what open banking was, and I don't even claim to have 100% understanding of what it is. I think my understanding is basic and we're just beginning to scratch the surface. At this point though, it's very interesting. because I've begun to see the opportunities that exist. I have a number of bank accounts. I already told you about Barclays. I have Wells Fargo in the US. I don't know where else I'm going to open a bank account. So open banking for me, I'm already thinking beyond being able to view all my bank accounts in Nigeria. So actually saying, perhaps I could actually view my bank accounts across the world. Now, that you can say, okay, we haven't even figured it out in Nigeria yet. You're already thinking about the global impact. But that is the nature of innovation. Right now, if I want to view my account, I need to log into each one by one. It would make my life infinitely easier if I could look at all of it in one place, and if I could even transact from one space. But that is just one way. If I could get credits more easily, if I could allow embassies when I apply for visas to access my information easily for say 24 hours, 48 hours a week, and assess me and tell that, look, she's actually has a lot going on, as opposed to I'm thinking, okay, how many of these bank accounts am I going to print out? How many bank statements am I actually going to give them? After you're thinking, is this looking a bit too desperate? So it makes life easier, especially for the consumer, but even for the providers as well.
Yes.
So right now Blue Advisory, the management consulting firm, we're a boutique consulting firm, and what we do is we provide startup advisory, strategy, operations, and people services to organizations. Now, most of our clients are financial technology, or they work in the financial technology or technology space. So hence that is what provides the link between us and open banking, because what matters to our clients matters to us. This is the future. We're a firm, or we ask why, and we also ask why not. We want to understand what some of the space in which our clients are going to be playing in the future, and we want to understand the opportunities so that our clients can benefit from our understanding. So in the short to medium term, we hope to support the Open Banking Nigeria group and provide whatever support we're able to provide for them to ensure it comes to fruition.